Hello, how are you all doing? Just checking that my battery's on, so yeah. Hello and a very warm welcome to Friday, the 2nd of June 2023. Wow, we're already 2 days into June. How are we doing? I'm just going to cut and paste something so I remind myself what the title is, so we try and keep focused on what we're chatting about tonight, because I got slightly distracted, hence why I'm 5 minutes late. So hello and a very warm welcome to my live. It's literally 5 minutes past, or 6 minutes past 6. Love that, 6 past 6 on Friday the 2nd of June 2023. It is the weekend and I'm so excited because my daughter came in and she said, "Did you see the email?" And I went, "The email to say that our Glastonbury Festival tickets are in the post and on the way." Whoa, I know, less than 3 weeks to go and I'm there rough camping. Probably be a bit BOE by now, a bit knackered from all the dancing and the singing, and probably sore throat and dry throat from all the singing and stuff, but so excited, just can't hide. And I was just working out that if it worked out, that I believe, I could be wrong, I have a feeling, and this is on Saturday, I could be wrong, I'll be seeing Adam Hills at 5:30, so I don't know, I can't remember if it's Friday or Saturday. I've lost track because we're writing down we've had all the list through of what stages the performers are on, what time they're on, etc, etc. And so my daughter is writing out her list, I'm writing out my list, we're writing down the date, the time, the person and the venue. I'm going to go woof. As I said yesterday, my daughter's discovered there's 3 artists all at once that she wants to see, but she's decided on going to see the American artist instead, because the chances of them being back in the UK for a while is probably not. Me, I wasn't interested in her A, B and C. I'm interested in my C, my A, which is her C. Confusing A. So I've already decided where I'm going when she's there. And then she goes, "Right, when it's finished, we'll meet up here for afternoon tea." Bingo! Got it. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of movement with the light today. Oh, a bit of pink flash, and then it looked like an angel there. So I'm going to say thank you. Yeah, and the other reason for running late, because I've actually put pen to paper, finger to keyboard, on my book. Not the dragon book. No, not the dragon book. That is still in the drawer. The dragon book will be, I'm determined that the dragon book will be written, if not this, because this book, this other one I'm writing at the moment, it's on the the book I'm writing is basically, my daughter's already said, "You can't call it that." I went, "No, it's a working title with a working subtitle." Yeah, but basically the book is explaining why the law of attraction doesn't work. I know, a bit controversial, but everyone who's been watching my work knows why the law of attraction doesn't work. Well, the one big obstacle, the one big thing that people forget to do when they are working with the law of attraction, and this is it. So my daughter said, "You can't call it why the law of attraction doesn't work." And I went, it's a working title. I'm going to bung it into AI and see what AI comes with. And I said to her what the subtitle is. So yeah. But yes, I've put fingers to keyboard. I've actually actioned it. And like I said, the dragon book is there, and I was going to pick it up, but then I just thought, no, this is being spoken to me more. This is working more at the moment. So it's like, yeah. So I decided, I was tired, I was going to have a nap for 2 hours. No, I actioned my fingers on the keyboard. I've actually really enjoyed it. It's been fun, and it's very interesting. I've come up with because I've talked about the sub laws of the law of attraction, and I've spoken about this before, about the law of manifestation is a sub law of attraction. And I was messing around and doing some research, and good old AI GPT Other ones I believe are available, but apparently when I typed in something, it came up with not the same 7 sub-laws as I work with. Very interesting. And it's like, oh, maybe there are in fact 10 sub-laws of the, but actually one of the sub-laws it uses, I actually use as a main law, the law of vibration. This AI was saying that they class the or this person classes the law of vibration as a sub-law of the law of attraction. I actually class the law of vibration as a separate identity. And then there was something else, and I thought, oh, very similar title. So yes, so it's like, but I'm going to go with what works with me, because it's my book. I'm not going to go with other people because that's their book. Yeah, bing bash bosh. So what is the title? Manifesting Love with Pink Kunzite, Receiving Divine Guidance Through the Cards. Yes, today is Crystals, Crystal Friday. And I've sat down without my crystal book. So I might actually have to disappear for 2 seconds while I go and crack my book, because my crystal lady advice, Joe, may not make it in time for that. So, no, I'll stay put, because I don't want to disappear off a live. As you can see, because I was so busy, I was just thinking, my daughter's not around for me to grab the book I want. I use a book called The Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. If anyone ever wants to know what is the book to grab, I use, and you can't go wrong with the Crystal Bible, and she's got the Crystal Bible book 1, 2, and I believe there's a book 3. And there's also another crystal book she's written. Oh, she's written loads of crystal books. She's amazing, is Judy Hall. But if you're a newbie to crystals and wanting to know, there's a whole load of things. There's called the Meditation Bible, there's Ayurvedic Bible, there's the Meditation Bible, the Wicca. I'm saying this because I'm looking over here. I know it's very rude not looking camera, but I've got them all on my bottom shelf, and I'm just right, as you can see, I've got quite a lot of the Bible books. So there's the Wicca Bible, the Ayurvedic Bible, the Yoga, I've just got rid of the Yoga Bible, the Tarot Bible. Yeah, that's a good one, the Tarot Bible. But if you're looking for a crystal book and not sure where you want to go, I highly recommend a Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. So I'm just going to write down that. Judy Hall Crystal Bible. Of course there are hundreds and thousands of other books to go, but if you're unsure of where to go, this Bible series, and it doesn't sound like Bibles like Jesus Christ, thou shalt not adultery, thou shalt not. It's not that type of Bible, okay? It's not the Church of England or the Presbyterian Bible. It's not that type of Bible. Before anyone goes, what are you doing? I don't think it's not that sort of Bible. A Bible is something like you live by the laws of the whatever creator, but it's not that either. But they just happen to call it the Bible series, and there's so many of them. But like I said, Judy Hall, she's got the Crystal Bible 1. Well, I think the first book is just called the Crystal Bible. Then the second one is called Crystal Bible 2, Crystal Bible 3. And then there's an amazing book which I got where you actually, it's like a workbook, working with it so you can teach yourself crystals. So that's the book I use the most, but it's not the only crystal book I've got. I've got a book on crystal grids. I love that. The book on crystal grids. I've got books with healing with crystal. Oh, the crystal prescription book. OMG, is that a great book, the Crystal Prescription book. You know, if you're not feeling right, this is the right prescription of crystals to use. You use this one and this one together. Oh my God, that is a fabulous book, that one. I love that one, the Crystal Prescription book. A little bit like we were talking yesterday about essential oils and my little book and things like that. So this is the crystal book. And as you know, all through May, I was talking about how you can use different tools to manifest things, and it's been so popular that I'm carrying through the month of June using, there's so many different tools. and sub tools you can use. I'm into sub at the moment. So yes, you can use essential oils. That's one title of manifesting, but there's lots of different types of crystal oils, essential oils you can use. And as we were talking about geranium yesterday, previously we've talked about claret sage. Now today we are talking about the pink Kunzite. Pink Kunzite. Now I messaged Bella and Lavender Moon today to go, you wouldn't believe this. It's one of the few crystals I do not have. And they fell off their chairs in shock. What? What? You don't actually have a sample of a pink Kunzite? And I went, not that I'm aware of. Mind you, I have got a massive big bowl of odds and ends of crystals that I can't remember what they are. So I said, I might have, but no, I don't think I have actually got the pink Kunzite. So it's about, and it was like, they fell off the chairs. What? What? We found a crystal you haven't got? Yes, indeedy, it's a crystal I don't have. I was just thinking, my beautiful Jo sent me something a couple of days ago, and I don't know what I've done with them. What did I do with those beautiful crystals that she gave me? Oh dear. Put them down somewhere and then said I'm going to talk about them and never got round it. Never mind. So what is the benefits of the pink Kunzite? Well, we might get a slight hint because pink is love. And I've talked about your heart center, which is your green, and some people refer it as pink. To me, my higher heart center is pink. That's the unconditional love. So, of course, we've got a heads up. Pink, because you've got the rose quartz. Rose is a pink colour. That is for love. It's the quartz thing. So we've got the Kunzite. It's pink. And it's one of its uses, and this is where I'm going, where are you? Because there's all this, is to attract love. So I'm just going to read what I've got. It says pink Kunzite strengthens unconditional love and loving communication with yourself and with others. This is what the pink Kunzite is about. It's all about unconditional love and loving communication with yourself, and with others. So if you're wanting to attract, now we talked about the rose quartz the other couple of days, was it last week? We rose quartz. I've got lost track. I think we were talking possibly rose quartz. But we were talking about rose quartz and how it manifests love. And this is what it does. It manifests love as well. But what the thing is about the pink Kunzite is it's unconditional love. If you don't love yourself unconditionally, how can you expect other people to love yourself? Yes, people go, I love you. And then when you go, oh, I don't like my size of my nose. And they go, oh, that looks good. They're trying to reinforce that, you know, what your self-belief is. But this pink Kunzite actually helps you. Last week, thank you, I'm glad someone was paying attention, rose quartz. Yeah, because I remember having it and showing it, and then it went flying. It actually went flying. So we're continuing the love, and it's loving communication. The thing is, it's helping you to communicate your love to other people. So if you're wanting to attract love to you, or if you are in a relationship and you want to take that love, and why is it relationships fail? It's communication. The number one reason for relationships fall apart is lack of communication or miscommunication. You know, telling someone, you know, sitting there whinging to your friends, oh, they never do this for me. Why don't you actually say to them, you know what? I feel if you did this, I would see or appreciate that you love me. Or maybe it's sometimes I say, well, maybe you should do that. Show them that you love them. Why wait for them to show you that they love you? Why not you show them love? Maybe you need to communicate and tell them what you need. Tell them that you need to be shown their love in. If you're someone who needs to be shown love in, like with objects, and you say to them, I need to be shown love by you bringing me flowers, by bringing me chocolates. Okay, that's not how love works, you know, manifesting, you know, physical things to produce something that's internal. Doesn't happen. It's like buying 20 pairs of green shoes. You buy a pair of green shoes, yeah, love it. It's the experience of buying. Then you get home, put it away, go and buy another pair. It's this, oh, if you don't love me because you haven't brought me any flowers. But regardless of the fact that at night your partner sits next to you, nuzzles you and brings you a cup of tea and things like that. But because they're not actually physically buying you boxes of chocolates, buying you crystals and things like that, you think, oh, he doesn't love me. But he may be showing, he or she, because I don't know what relationship, but I'm actually going to be referring to as he, because that is, but I'm not doing it disrespectful to the LGBT communicators or anything, but I'm just having to refer it as that. So if your partner, if you are saying, oh, my partner doesn't love me because they haven't brought me flowers, or my partner doesn't love me because they haven't taken me out to dinner, because you need these physical things to show them you love you, because some people do that, you know. But then I'm saying, yes, but your partner, they nuzzles you up, and then they suddenly realise you're cold and they give you a blanket, or they give you time, or they run you your bath, and they do things like that. But it's communications, and you need to tell them, or suddenly realise that actually, just because my partner doesn't show me physically, i.e. buy me gifts, but then go, actually they do love me because of all the different other things they do. And maybe you need to be doing things like that as well. And this is the communication, because maybe your partner is communicating their love to you in a way that is not how you see that love. And maybe you need to communicate with each other, because they go, well, I do love you. Oh, I show you I love you all the time. And you turn around and go, well, where are all my flowers? Where are all my chocolates? Where's my bottle? And he goes, well, I gave it with a bottle of wine too, because it was PMT time, you know. But this is where you need to communicate. And having the pink Kunzite, hello, Andrea. Hi, Jeanette. Having the pink Kunzite helps you to open up this way of loving communication, and it's loving communication with yourself, with your partner, and with others around you. The loving communication is when you're walking past someone who is living on the streets and you look at them with disgust and going, what are they doing? That is not loving communication. That is communicating hate. You don't know why that person who's landed up on the streets, their story, their backstory behind them. What gives you the right to look down at other people? That is not unconditional love. The unconditional love, and I do this. I do. There's up by the big supermarket where I go to. Sometimes there's a gentleman there and sometimes there's a lady there, and both of them actually have dogs. It's not the same dog, but this gentleman, often when I go past him after I've been to the gym, and I haven't been to the gym for a while, not loving myself, I actually stop by, and especially when it was cold and winter, and I say to him, is there anything you need? And you see people walking past, they walk past us and they walk around him and things like that. And I go up and I go, hi, is there, do you need anything? Do you need me to get anything for you at the moment? Is there anything, blah, blah, blah. And you have people walking around me going, who she thinks she is, talking to this down and out. I see this as a gentleman. And actually I get feeling he's a highly intellectual gentleman who's down on his luck. And I say to him, and sometimes he goes, well, I'd love a hot chocolate. And last time I was there with him, he said, you know what, all I really need is some antiseptic wipes. And I went, oh, okay, that's fine. So I went in and I did my shopping and I just bought a pack of wipes for him. And yeah, and that's what we asked for. And I went, okay, I'll get you some wipes, because he just wanted to get himself clean and he wanted some antiseptic wipes. So I went, okay, I'll get that for you. But that is how you have loving communication to someone. And when I see people walking around and say, for example, again, say like our beautiful Muslim women who go around with covered heads, and some even, we've got some we even cover the what they call it, I don't want to say the wrong word and upset them, but when the women are there, I actually smile at them and say hello to them, because they are a female and they're being smothered by a masculine orientated religion. Now that is my belief, and etc. And I'm not going down to religion or anything like that, but I recognise that underneath this cover there is another human being, Burqa, thank you. And I say hello, or I smile, or I acknowledge that they're there. I don't want them to think because they're hidden away because of their religion or anything like that. And it's like, I used to go, oh, you know, what do they think hiding? And it's just like, you know, there's a female under there. A female who is, well, I don't know, I can't even say it. I don't know, because I don't know that person. I'm not that person wearing the burqa, etc. like that. But what I do know, there is another human being there. She has feelings. She has, you know, I see them with their children. She loves her children just as much as I love my children. She's no more or no less than me. She is a female. So I smile and I say hello. And I saw someone walking down my street the other day and I just went, hello. And she was like, oh, hello, and scurried on. And it was like, she was so surprised that actually someone took the time out to say hello. And I went, I love people, whoever. And this is where our communication, and when people say to me, why are you sending love to President Putin, the Russian guy, is because there's so much hate that's feeding in. It's attracting more hate. What I want him is to realize what he's doing, and that love will conquer all. So I send him love to hope he will see and feel the love, and hope he will see the light and realize what he is doing to stop what he's doing. Because it is no more good feeding in hate, because that's the communication it's going to attract more hate. Law of attraction, talking about that at the moment. You attract what you give and you give out. So if you're giving hate out to certain people, you're going to get it back. If you gossip about people, loving communication, you're talking bad about people, you're going to have it back. So if you're slagging off someone in front of you, just imagine who's slagging you off behind. I'm talking about Philip Schofield. I don't know if anyone's seen the interview with Philip Schofield that he did on BBC. He's a broken guy. And yes, he's admitted he's sorry or whatever it is, and feels sorry for dragging this lad into it, etc. And he's admitted that he's sorry. But do you know what? He said, what do people want from me? Do they want me dead? Because I can't take any more of this. And he actually said that's what happened to Caroline Flack. Because the hatred that went on her, the piranhas and the thing on her and on him, and he said if it wasn't for his daughters, he actually admitted that he would not have been here today. Of what has gone, and people are just sending him so much hate. Now yes, you may not agree with what he's done, or won't, you know, ever. He is a fellow human being. And we have to remember that every single person on this planet is a human being. And I'm not surprised he feels like they are some stupid people on that. There are the keyboard warriors. And my heart, oh my God, my heart went out to the guy. He's a human being. And as he said, people have got to realise that the repercussions are not just on him, but they're repercussions on his girls and on his wife. And yes, he said he is separated from his wife, but the repercussions on her, the repercussions of him, the repercussions on this lad who they have agreed, and apparently the press, but it's going to come out who he is, because they're going as far as we know, he has not committed any offence. And this is what is true. He has not committed any offence. He has said he did not do anything wrong, and it was consensual when the lad was 20. That is not any offence. If you listen to this interview, and yes, oh, he's lied, so then he's going to lie again. But this lad, apparently through the solicitors, have actually said, he has said. And yes, the part that they came true is ITV said, we heard a rumour. Is it true? And they both denied it. So of course ITV said, well, it's a rumour and tide. And of course, when you have the lesson here is, yes, he has not done anything. They already have said who he is, have they? They're not meant to have said who he is. On the thing, it actually said that there was an agreement that his name would not come out. So they broke there's someone in the press, or someone who's not in the press, has leaked it, because there is legally, they were being bound not to have said who the boy is. There is, if you listen to the interview, he said there has been an agreement, and throughout the BBC interview, they actually said, yes, there's an agreement, we're not to release his name. And the press, some press have said that they weren't to release. So you can see there are people, it's probably keyboard people, a friend of a friend of a friend who've released, and that is really hard. So they've released who it is. But again, you know what? They don't know the harm they're causing this lad and his family and his friends, and the rumour. And do you know what? One of the things that's really annoyed me, because he mentioned Eamon Holmes, and Eamon Holmes left this morning under a field of things, and he's hurting, Eamon Holmes. And Eamon Holmes has said some things which are totally lying and having a go. But of course, Eamon Holmes and things, and what he must say, and he's got his own fans, and they're sort of feeding into it. And you've got to stop this. Wonder why they suddenly blocked the other one face out. I wondered why they suddenly blocked the other one's face out. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, the face out. I don't know anything about that. On the interview, they said they haven't. So I don't know who's released the name, but actually they should not, because they quoted on the interview a law, a European law of I don't know what it is. I can't quote it, but in theory, Google him. I don't want to. Please don't put the boy's name here. If anyone puts this other lad's name here now, I will immediately block you. Please do not mention this person's name. Do not mention the boy's name. I do not want that name appearing in the comments. If you do, I will block you. I don't care who you are. Please do not carry on with this, because that's carrying on the spite. Okay, and I don't mean to be horrible to anyone, but I do not want this person's name listed here. And I mean it seriously. But what I'm saying, I don't know it. Yeah, please don't. Please don't. Whoever, if anyone was watches, please don't put the lad's name. I don't want it here, because that's adding fuel to the fire. All right, it doesn't need it there. And this is where we got to communicate our love. And as I was saying with Philip Schofield, he said he's had people reach out to him and who've said, you know, we're here to talk, we're here to love, and what can we do to help to support you as you're going through this victimization. And this is what the pink Kunzite is, a loving communication with yourself and with others. Yes, you are all entitled to your own opinion, but just be aware of when you say your opinion, and you're entitled to your own opinion, and you're entitled to voice your own opinion, as I am voicing my opinion and I'm entitled to it. But be aware of what you may be saying, the repercussions of it. And this is what I'm just saying to people, be aware of the repercussions. Yes, you're entitled to your opinions, you're entitled to voice it. I've got no problem with, well, I've just said freedom of thing, but I've actually just said my choice, it's my freedom of do not put his name there. Because think about it. When you go and say these things and gossip or pass on things, and when someone says to you, I'm telling you a secret, please don't tell anyone, they are trusting you. And then what do? You immediately go and break their trust and go and tell someone else. The thing is, if they wanted, your friend wanted someone else to know about it, it's down to them to go and tell them, not down to you. You have been given a secret. They have trusted you. Respect that trust. Don't immediately go and tell, oh, do you know so-and-so's just told me this, da 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 da. It's not down to you, especially if someone has said to you something, please don't say anything. It's not down to you. If they want anyone else to say, if they want it to go out in the open, it's down to that person to go out into the open and say, da 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 da. It's not down to you. And it's like this, you know, people outing someone who's gay, or outing someone who's trans, or outing someone who's this, that. It's not down to you. You've got to think of the reboot. And they go, you know, how is it going to affect, what's it going to make you? I'm the one that told the world that. And then what happened? All right. And there's so much of this loving communication with yourself and with others. And this is what the pink Kunzite is all about, this crystal. It's helping you to remember that when you communicate things, do it from a place of love. And it's pink. And pink is your higher heart. Your higher heart. That is what the pink colour is. Your higher heart is unconditional love. And if you want to bring love into your life, you need to start showing love. And one of the ways to show love is being thoughtful about what you say. And like I said, yes, it's a fine line. I've got my own opinion to say, but just be aware of how you say things. Okay, and this is where the pink Kunzite will help you manifest unconditional love with communication. And how you use your crystals. Hold it in your hand with your intention seeking. You know, I'm bringing in unconditional love to my life. I want to be able to know, I want to speak unconditional love to others. This is, you know, wearing it in jewelry, in your pocket, in your bra, you know, round your neck as a necklace or a bracelet. You can have it under your pillow, by your bed, by your things. You can have it all there. Remember to use them, especially cleansing the Kunzite. Very important, because you're using love, and it's been used for, you know, being around people. If you're sitting around and you've got your Kunzite on the side, and you've got a friend who comes to tea, and all the time your friend is going, you know, slagging off this, slagging off that, your Kunzite is there. When they've gone, cleanse it. If you've got rose quartz crystals or any crystal or anything around, and when you've had someone negative come into their room, their energy, their vibration is going to hit that crystal. And if you are using your crystals for love and things like that, and this person has come in with non-loving thoughts, i.e. gossiping, slagging off people, have you done this, that and the other, what you need to do is actually cleanse those crystals, because the vibration is going to go to there. So wash it under water. I think you need to be careful of water with this one. Cleanse it with smoke, whatever. So this is what I'm saying, is just be with the pink Kunzite. It's for unconditional love. So if you want unconditional love, start loving yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Make sure that the way you act and speak towards others is with love. Look at people and see if you can see their life journey to understand why they have come with that point of view. Allow them to have that point of view. It's not down to you to change their point of view, but just acknowledge it and go, yeah, you know what, we have to agree to disagree. And that is showing unconditional love. Because for some people, you will never change their opinion. But it's showing unconditional love. And this is what the pink Kunzite is. It's helping you to manifest the art of communication of love to yourself and to other people. And if we can all show love and kindness to other people, just imagine what the life will be like. The lad's face, it was seen at first, blocked over. Right, I don't know, there's some pictures out there, must be some pictures and everything like that. Yeah, because, yeah, it's been blocked out, because there's, like I said, if you watch it, and it's really sad, and I was nearly in tears with Philip Schofield. And yes, the main thing he's done wrong, he's lied. And do you know what's happened with this lie? Is it's got bigger and bigger and bigger, and this is what we have to learn from this whole event. A lie starts off small, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you can't cope with it anymore, and then it blows up. And this is what the main lesson we need to take. If you have to lie, why can't you be truthful? Because you're not only are you lying to the world, you're lying to yourself, and it eats away at you. It eats away, and a lie is negative. And why do you need to lie? Yes, I know there's sometimes we've got to do what we call a white lie. Your friend has bought this dress, this outfit, and they're looking, and this outfit is making them feel so confident and so on the ball and going, you know what, I've got to go and do this talk, and I've got this outfit, and it's making them feel really good. And you can say to them, yay. Now, if they're about to go, you know what, I advise you, you're going to go and do a talk of lawyers and you're walking out dressed as a clown. Is that really appropriate? Maybe underneath put your clown shorts on. You know, there are certain times when you do need to step in with your friend and go, yeah, I know, but maybe make a slight suggestion. But if they've got this outfit and it's making them feel really good, maybe a white lie. We've all done it. If you've got kids, Father Christmas, Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, okay, white lies. There are certain white lies, you know, the lie that your parents told you, if you did that, you're going to go to hell. There's no such thing as hell. It doesn't exist. Well, it doesn't in my life, because I don't believe in heaven and hell, because God forgives everyone, apparently. So therefore, there's no way is there a hell, because he forgives everyone, and up you go. So what I'm saying to you is there are certain white lies that one is allowed to say. You know, when you go to your mother-in-law and she cooks up this dinner and it's your mother-in-law and you don't really know her, or your future mother-in-law, and she cooks up dinner and she serves out glumpy gravy and she goes, oh, I'm sorry. You go, oh, that's fine. Yes. That's an okay white lie, because it's your future mother-in-law and you don't want to get on the wrong side of your future mother-in-law. Okay, so there are occasions when we do a white lie, all right? And that's sort of okay, all right? You know, when someone says, oh, you know, oh, I wonder what so-and-so's getting me for my birthday. And you go, I know. And they go, do you know? And you go, no. Don't know, when you do know, because you don't want to spoil the surprise. Oh, where are you taking me for my birthday? Oh, don't know, when you do know, because there's a secret party going on. You know, there's certain times when there's a little white lie, it's okay. But what I mean, there are other lies. And it's like, this is what's happened with Philip Schofield. They asked him. He said, I told my kids the lumps had the goodness in it. Yes! You see? My mum always told me the burnt toast, that would make your hair curl. That's why I had curly hair, because I ate burnt toast. Okay? Oh, you eat your crusts on your bread to give you curly hair? Was that one of the other stories? What are the stories your mum told you? That carrots make you see in the dark. You know, you like bunnies? Yeah, you eat the carrots. That's why the rabbits eat carrots. It helps them see in the dark. You want to see the carrots when you go out on your afternoon walk? Eat your carrots. You know, there's certain stories I like that. I told my kids the lumps had the goodness in it. Yeah, you see, a certain white lie, so they'd eat it and they wouldn't complain. Oh, this is the good bits, you know, the good bits, because it's so good it clunked together. All the goodness wanted to be together, hence it's got a lump. I'm going to have to tell my daughter that next time. I had crust for curly hair. Yeah. You see, so there are some times when there's some little white lies, crust for straight teeth and curly hair. Ah, I didn't know that one, straight teeth and curly hair. Well, it weren't my hair, because I've had to straighten it, but but my teeth are curly as well. Ah, I got curly, and because I was a thumb sucker. I was a thumb sucker, so my top teeth stick out and my bottom teeth go in, because I was a thumb sucker until I was 16. I know! See? So there are certain little stories and little white lies we can tell. However, it's those other lies. And this is the problem. When it's like a lie, when the ITV term, and what he should have said was, yeah, but it's a, and they dealt it and bit it in the nut. And it probably wouldn't have gone anywhere, because it's a rumour. They would have gone to ITV and said, yeah, we've had this. It wasn't even ring. We had a couple of ding-dang-dongs and it's over, bing, bash, bosh. But what they did is they both denied it. And then ITV went, well, we asked him separately and he said no. And he asked you separately and he said no. and try to hide it under a thing, and then it comes. And this is what the problem is with the lies. If you don't deal with it and face it, you're not facing the truth to yourself. It will eat away. And this is why when Blessing Pelico said, why did you come out as gay? Because it was eating away at me and I was going to die and I lost all this weight, and it was making, because it was boom, 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 boom. He had to come out. And also there was a threat, the newspaper, so he came out before the newspaper got it, because he decided, I'm going to control this news that I'm at gay. But it's like, it's eating away at you. A lie that eats away. So a little lie like, oh, eat your crust for curly hair, that ain't going to eat away at you. It's a different sort of lie, all right? But these other lies, when people, you know, oh, I haven't got any money, can you buy this for me? You know, I really want this, can you buy? And you buy it for them, and then you find that they had actually got money, and they go and do something else. You know, there's other things, or you know what, there's some lie, and it eats away, and then you get the resentment. But that's what the problem is the lie. And then you have to do another lie to cover up that lie, and then you do another lie to cover up that lie, and then you do another lie to cover up that lie, and then you start. And then what happens is, about the lie, is you're hurting people, because when the truth comes out, they turn around and said, you lied to me, and the trust goes. And you can never, ever, ever get the trust back. There's always going to be in the back of people's minds, you lied about that, what else have you lied about? And even if for the rest of your life you tell the truth, people are always going to go, you lied once, how do I know you're lying again? And you lied once, and you lied again and again. How do I know? Even they go, I'm telling you the truth, I'm telling you. And how many times have people said, I'm telling you the truth, and they're still frigging lying? And you just know it. And this is what happened, is people sort of must have known. People must have known, but I don't know. But what I'm saying is, this is the story. A lie. And this is what the pink Kunzite is all about, is the communications of love. And communicate. And when you communicate something, let someone else come back, but not as a horrible, to try and support them and understand, why did you lie? Why did you do this? Well, we didn't want to upset other people. Understand why they did it, because they didn't. And now what's happened? Because they kept quiet and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now they've upset so many people. And now look at the situation they're in. And this is what I'm saying about the pink Kunzite. Helps you with the communication, and communicate with other people with love. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to slurp my tea. And it is tea. It's not... It's not... I remember watching something when the lockdown came down. There was a great video I saw circulated. And there was this girl... And she videoed it. I think it was probably fake. And she was going to have an interview on, and it was a team meeting on Zoom, team business meeting on Zoom. And she decided that, and everyone was there. So what she did was she put a top on top of her gym jams. Okay, we've all done that, been there, done that, especially when I'm doing readings at 2 in the morning for my Australian clients. Been there, done that, got a smart top on top of my gym jams, because it's like at 3 o'clock I'm going straight to bed. So we've all done that, put gym jams, you know, t-shirt. But then what she got was her mug of tea. But it wasn't a mug of tea, it was a mug of, and I'm going to say Prosecco, but I don't know, it was a glass of wine, okay. What she did, she put a glass of wine in her cup, but then she got a tea bag and she cut the tag off the tea bag and stuck it on her cup. And then she sat there like, as if she was drinking it, because it looked like, I've got a tea bag, like PG Tips or Tetley's tea bag or something like that. And she's going like this, as if she was drinking a cup of tea. But it wasn't. It was a mug of wine. That's a good white lie, isn't it? Because to all purposes she was drinking a cup of tea. Oh, fuck that, I've got to go business. I don't want business, I'm going to drink my wine. Then she go, hang on, my tea's got cold. Top it up, make another. There you are, just topped it up. Fresh cup of tea. Glug glug. I bet she pretended it was it. Well, no, it was like, I can't quote me. It was either PG Tips or Tetley or something. It was a brand name, so it looked like it wasn't chamomile or anything like that. So it looked like it was a cup. She was drinking cups of tea, and she kept it so no one could, so she wasn't down here because you can't actually see it. It was white, but you saw her. She did this. She videoed it. She videoed herself preparing. She pouring the tea, you know, pouring the wine into her mug, sticking the tea bag thing, and then sitting there going, as if she's drinking hot tea. But no, as I said, I'm not lying. This is tea. Even here. So. Oh, I know it's cold tea, but I should have been coffee in there. So yeah. So divine guidance. So we're being divinely guided, and when you're working with the divine, the universe, the divine, the universe, the source, whatever you want to call it, we are guided all the time. And what we do is we don't always listen to it. No, we allow our beautiful ego, bless that ego. I know it sounds disrespectful, but because ego to me is an actioner, and as I say, I'm talking, I'm actioning a masculine energy. You're all listening until you start typing, and then you'll things. And because the ego, hi Angela, because ego is actions, he actions you from stopping doing things. I always class ego as a male energy, not mass. He's not a boy, but it's masculine energy. It's like I said, I'm talking, that's masculine. You're listening, you're feminine. Now, I am a female. Yeah, I've got a vagina and boobs. Yeah, I may not have my womb, but I am definitely a female, okay? But I am talking. I am using masculine energy. Yep, definitely am female. Last time I looked, I am definitely female. Okay, so the ego. So beautiful ego, he comes in and stops him from doing. Or we choose, we're divinely guided, and then we choose because of all the pressure from media, from our family, from our society, from our communities, from our siblings, from our friends. It's like, we tell you to do this, you do this, and then you ask for advice. And then you two decide, if you don't take their advice, we go, oh, why do you ask for us? You know, if you don't take our action. The thing is, we can choose what to do or not because we've got free will. But the divine guidance, the divine is guiding us all the time. But what we can do is we can choose to look at the guiding star and go along with it. And then we're connected with them, our mind, body and spirit, because the divine doesn't know the difference between what we perceive as good or bad. The divine just wants to send us unconditional love. And he wants us to be surrounded by unconditional and have a life full of unconditional love. So the divine is guiding us to do things that will bring us joy, peace, happiness, laughter, love, because that's what the divine wants us to have. And they show us ways, they show us opportunities of what to do next. And I've been given or shown a couple of opportunities, and I'm not actioning them. Well, I'm weighing up what to do. I'm weighing up what to do. And I'm thinking of doing it, but which do I do? Do I work? I'm thinking, I've been offered an opportunity to work as a self-employed, rent a room, to do, so I can do in-person readings, in-person Reiki and in-person ear candling. So excited. In one place I can do possibly a couple of days. Another place she wanted me to do, I could do Fridays and Saturdays. I said no to Saturdays because I don't want to do Saturdays. Yeah, I'm not going to explain. I want to spend time with my daughter who works Monday to Friday and my family and stuff like that. So I said I'd only want the Fridays, and she goes, that's fine. Do I do it or not? So I have to go back and say to her, am I going to do that opportunity or not? Why am I doing it? But but the thing is, there's another place who's contacted me and said, hey, we got a room available. Do you want it? So the universe is giving me two of these things. Now it's like, do I? But the thing is, I've been given this opportunity twice now, so it's like guidance is telling me, the divine is telling me, this is a way, because I do have customers who do want face to face, and because I don't have my room here anymore, I sleep in my healing room. So I'm sleeping in a room full of crystals and angels and fairies and dragons and drums, and oh, I mean, it's the best place ever for me to sleep. Love it, because my daughter's got my original bedroom, which is fine. Okay, so and I suppose I could convert my room back into the healing room. I suppose I could do that. And it just means having to put... No, I couldn't actually. Now I've got a freaking big mattress. So no, I can't take my room back into a healing room. I just suddenly thought, but no, I can't, because I can't convert the bed back into the bed, into the couch. Because it's got a freaking big mattress on it. But the universe is divinely guiding me. It's given me 2 different opportunities. So it's like, how many more things are we going to give you? But the guidance from our divine source, God, Buddha, Muhammad, whatever you want to call it, okay, it's just a name. It's like we call in English, we call a window. In France it's called a fenêtre. I don't know what they call window in Finnish, but it's still a window. A window is a window, regardless of whether it's called a window, fenêtre. I don't know what window is in Finnish, but I'm sure you can share that knowledge with us, but it's still a window. So it's the same as the divine, the source, the God, the Big Bang, the creator, whatever you want to call it, okay? It's the same thing, regardless of what people believe. It's all from there, all interthings. And it's all giving us guidance. Now, we can choose to listen to that guidance. And when we listen to that guidance, we then go with the flow, because it's of our things. And sometimes we listen to our heart and our higher heart, and that is the guidance. Now that message may not be resonating. Fonster. Oh, it's Swedish. Fonster. Oh, we've all learnt a word. Love it. Fonster. Fonster. Swedish. Sorry. Swedish. Fonster. Oh, I now know that. So I know when I use my example, we can call it window, fenêtre, or fonster. Oh, I like that. I've learnt a word in Swedish. Oh, I'm now multilingual. I can speak Swedish now. I can speak Welsh, Yaki da. I can speak Swedish, Fonster. I can speak German, Ja, Nein. I can speak French. Oh, I can speak a bit of Italian, Pizza. What else can I speak? American, Burger. Have a nice day. Australian, g'day, g'day Sheila, g'day Bruce, have a tinny. You see, we are all multilingual. I digress. Thank you, Angela. So we are all guided. And when we go with our gut instinct, should we do this? I was talking about this earlier. Yes? No? So it's like when I go, should I take this thing? Should I take one of the rooms to do face-to-face treatments? I'll do that. You crack me up. I know! You're multilingual. So put my hand on my heart. Actually, I should go on my higher heart. No, should is a swear word. Don't choose it. Okay. Which way am I going to go? Higher heart. Should I take a room to do one-to-one treatments? Yes. No. Oh, I got a yes. So yes, I should be doing that. That's how you go. Yes? No? Okay, divine guidance. If you want the full reading, it's on Julie-Sian 777. Let me just put YouTube here. YouTube. Julie-Sian 777. Okay. So yeah, so crack you up. Oh, I know. What great. At least I'm getting you a good mood for the weekend day, Angela. I'm in Finland, but in our area. Oh! Oh, I didn't know that. You must be quite near the Swedish border then. Oh, Sweden. Sweden. IKEA. I know another word. IKEA. That's another. Oh, ABBA. ABBA. See, there's another Swedish. Aha. Uh-huh. See, I do know some Swedish. I don't think they're the right Swedish words. Ah! Okay, divine guidance. If you want the full interpretation, check out my YouTube card for the day. It's also, no, if you watch my reels and stuff, it just literally says, card for the day, divine cards. Okay, we're going to do some readings in a minute. If anyone wants a reading. Now I can speak Swedish as well. Ha ha, another language, okay? Ha ha. Okay, the new for the Scots. Yep, you see, I know it all. Don't know any. Oh, Top of the Morn is from Ireland. You see. Okay, divine guidance. So, like I just said, you know, should I do this? Yes, no. Regardless of what someone might say, you know, why do you want to go back and do hands-on therapy? Well, actually, it's not hands-on because I can't use my hands. Reiki, I can do above. So I channel the healing. Readings, yeah, I could do all that. Ear candling, I just have to sit there. Sit, not on top stand. I said to the girl, you want me to? I have to sit at the end of the bed because I don't inhale the fumes. Okay, like that. Hey, you know what, Angela? What I could do, I'll come out. I tell you what, Angela, I just had this brainwave, just had this really idiotic brainwave message from the guidance. Book me for a weekend and I'll come over and I'll do a whole load of card readings for your clients. And I can come to Finland once a month, not a fortnight, and do a whole load of readings. Let's do an event. And I'll come and do the readings and throw in some Reiki and stuff. I like ear candles. Yeah! Actually, I've got someone, oh, that reminds me, I've had someone ask me, can I do them some ear candles? And I went, well, if you're happy to lie on the floor in my lounge, I'll do it for you. So yeah, so maybe that's another one. I'll come over and do some, I'll come over once a month and I'll take over your healing room. I'll come do your healing room in Finland and I'll bring my entourage with me and we'll do a retreat, a weekend in Finland, and I'll do nothing like inviting yourself to Finland. I don't know whether they'll let me in. Oh my God, she's coming through the border. No! Julie-Sian with her dragons. Have you got pet? I was going to say, you know you have to have a pet passport for your dogs and cats. Do you think I need a pet passport for my dragons? Can't come in there with your dragon. Have you got a pet passport for your pet dragon who's come from Thailand? Jane, what? I'm going to go. We're going to do some readings in a minute, people. So if you want, I hope you've all shared this. I've just had that brilliant idea. Was that a divine guidance message or was that the ego, Angela? You let me know. I've never been to Finland or Sweden. Sweden. Okay, divine guidance. Okay, well, looking up to Finland, yes, you could. My sister came over and did healing. Oh, right. We're going to chat, Angela. We're going to chat. Let's get that organised. Maybe September, October. I've got nothing much booked for September, October. My sister came over and did healing. I love that. Well, maybe we can do a weekend. Okay, while people are coming on to say yes or no they want a reading, I will do the gobbledygook because I haven't actually done this yet. And I've been on for an hour, so this is going to be the most quickest readings ever. I may or may not be doing readings. If I do, there'll be, you need to be over 18. Under 18s need to be parental consent and parent needs to be there during the reading. I'm not allowed to give legal, medical or financial advice. Not allowed to give pregnancy advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. If you choose to use it for any other reasons apart from entertainment, it's down to you now and to me. So let's do Angela. I've just invited myself to Finland. Oh, okay. And I'm being playful. Do you see that? That shot out. I'm being playful here. But you never know. Maybe that's what the divine is saying. Just come on. Is there anyone else in the world who wants me to come up and do a weekend of treatments and stuff? Just let me know and I'll have car, will travel. Have passport, will travel. Yeah, let's chat. Let's chat. Let's chat. Yes, chat. Okay. I'll book that in. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to meet Angela in person. Oh, she's amazing. Right, playfulness. I'm being playful. Okay, right, let's do Angela first because I'm not sure how long you'll be on because you're from Finland and I don't want the line. So these are going to be very, very quick. In fact, they're going to be so quick. I'm going to give a very quick interpretation, but you need to interpret them yourself. So, Angela. If anyone wants a full in-depth... Angela, I think I've done you a reading, haven't I? I've done you a reading. If anyone wants a reading, let me know. I can do the amazing Pathfinder, which is unique and takes your readings from here to here. Absolutely. So, oh, Angela, hang on, I've just dropped them. Angela, I've got them all coming up. Angela is friendship. Oh, friendship across the waters. Friendship. Friendships are very important to us. I was talking about, you know, if you've got a friend who shares a secret and you keep it, that shows a great friend. Friendship. Friendships can be with yourself. Friend, love yourself as you would love your friends. Speak to yourself as you speak to your friends. Friendship. Well, that's your card. I'm told you they're very quick today. So that's Angela. That was Angela. That was Angela. Now we're going to do, I've just dropped a whole load. So that was Angela. Yes, you have. Okay. So that's, yes, I have done your reading. I thought I had. And you live to tell the tale. Okay. Right, we're going to do Andrea now. Andrea, when are we going to set your Pathfinder going? We need to get that Pathfinder up and running for you. Let's get that booked in. No more farting around. No more asking for one single card. Like, it's time to action these cards. Okay, Andrea. Andrea has spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. Are you going to go and join the nunnery? I'm going to go and join the sisterhood. I'm going to... Well, you can if you want to. Spiritual growth. This is when you do part of the spiritual growth. Oh, it's gone a bit dark. Spiritual growth is when you're connecting with your mind, body and spirit. It's like realizing why you're here and working from a place of love. That is your spiritual growth. And the spiritual growth is, how can I give and receive more? Give love, I receive love. But spiritual, how can I do this? To living like a spiritual life. It's not going a pure white life, unless you want to do that, but it's spiritual growth. How can I grow to embrace the lessons? And the spiritual growth is, I've learned all the lessons, so I've let them, embrace them and let them go. Sorry, Andrew. Got to join the nunnery. Let's join the priesthood. Well, not the priesthood. Yeah, I'm going to join the priesthood, not the priestesshood. Oh God, it's Friday and I haven't even, and yes, this is tea. It is not alcohol, honestly. It is tea, it's not alcohol. Okay, so Andrea, spiritual growth, that's for you. How do you want to interpret that yourself? Let's get your book, your reading booked. Okay, Jeanette. Who else is here apart from Jeanette? Oh, Sally. So I'll do Jeanette and then I'll do Sally. Anyone else apart from Jeanette and Sally? Apart from Jeanette and Sally, let me know if you want a card. So I'm going to do Jeanette and then I'm going to do Sally. So Jeanette. Have we done you reading yet, Jeanette? Need to do that. Jeanette, dreams. It's time to action your dreams into reality. Stop farting around. Let's kick you up the arse with my soft, fluffy slippers, and let's take an action plan. Who am I doing this for? So this means it's time you are receiving messages in your dreams. You're receiving downloads. Now, you may not remember them when you wake up in the morning, but that's okay because it's gone into your subconscious mind. And then something will trigger them later on. But this is about your dreams. So many times you go to a graveyard and there's so many people who died and not got to achieve their dreams. I was reading an article the other day, and there was an article and the lady said one of the greatest things that when people are dying, they go, what's that? And their biggest regret is not actioning their dreams. Their regret is, I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd done that. I wish I'd done that. And she goes, that is the greatest thing that she has said by people who are dying. What is your biggest regret? I regret not taking those opportunities. I regret following the rules of engagement and not doing my own thing. I regret not going for my dream. I regret not actioning what I wanted to do. That is what they all die of, say. And that's why you go walking around a graveyard. It is rich in met up dreams. Life's not fulfilled. It's time to action and don't have any regrets. And then we got Sally. Apart from Sally, is there anybody else? Anybody else apart from Sally? So let's do it. Let's action it. Let's get that Pathfinder booked in. Let's do your reading now. Yeah, well, actually not now. It's Friday. So, Sally. Apart from Sally, is there anybody else here? Apart from Sally, is there anybody else who would like a card and hasn't had a card? So, we're doing Sally. Looks like she's going to be the last one. And then we'll disappear off. Sally. Sally has answered prayers. Hey, there you go, Sally. Your prayers are being answered. They're being answered. Maybe not quite in the form that your ego wants them answered, but we need to let ego go. We need to step back, see the bigger picture. Your prayers are going to be answered. Maybe not completely in the way you want, but it will be answered for what you want, if that makes sense. Is there anybody here who would like a reading and hasn't had a reading? Anybody here would like a reading and hasn't had a reading? Anyone who's interested in what I was talking about, the pink Kunzite, watch back. If you watch it, have a lovely weekend. So anyone who's came on late, watch this back, because we were talking about all sorts of things today, mainly about pink Kunzite, unconditional love, communication, and sending love to people who are being attacked in the news. Sending love to them. Hope the readings made sense to you. If anyone would like a reading, message me. If you've got any questions about how a reading could actually help you, rather than going, oh, I don't know, why not ask me, how can a reading help? Maybe this is what I want to ask you. How can a reading help? How can we use the reading to help you to achieve your dreams? How could? Ask me, message me and go, Julie, how can a reading help me? And let's get into a conversation holding your pink Kunzite. Let's see how a reading can help you. Wishing you all an absolutely amazing weekend, whatever you're up to. Drinking wine out of mugs. No, it really is tea. Can't see it now. It really is tea. It's not alcohol. That's going to be cracked open when I've finished here. Have a great weekend, whatever you're doing, and hopefully I will be back on Monday. Now, next week there will not be a live on Wednesday because I have a funeral to go to, and there could possibly be not a live on Tuesday night because we may be going up to the funeral the night before. Wine with milk on, absolutely. Definitely no live next Wednesday because I have my uncle's funeral to go to, but we've still not decided whether we're going to go up the night before or whether we're going to go up the day and have a very, very long day. I will be talking to Angela in a minute about a trip to Finland. Have a great weekend, and I'll hopefully catch you all Monday. Take care. Namaste. Bye, 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 bye.